Hello, in this video, I'm going to ask you if you are psychologically disturbed or normal, and how do you know? Am I psychologically disturbed? Or am I a normal person? First of all, I can tell you that if you are asking yourself this question, this is a good sign. If one can question oneself and is aware of one's mood, one's state of mind, for better or for worse, that's always a good sign. Some people can be a little bit of a worrywart, especially if you know a little bit about psychology and are studying it. You can be more sensitive and sensitive. We all have some problems in our daily lives. We can be depressed, we can be anxious. If you belong to this group of people, you can immediately diagnose yourself. You can say, I'm definitely depressed. I ask, what happened? Well, I'm very depressed today. Or, for example, a little anxious, a little rushed. Teacher, I definitely have a panic attack. How did you realize that? Well, I had an incident like this today and look how out of breath I am. We diagnose ourselves without realizing it. We think we are our own doctor. This does not mean that we actually have that problem. We can all experience problems in daily life. We can get bored. We can get depressed. Some days we may be more anxious. Even if this makes us feel bad at that moment, it does not mean that we have a psychological disorder. Most of the time, what we call psychological disorders need to be longer than a certain period of time and have a certain intensity. For example, if we take depression as an example, there are certain symptoms in depression and it has to last for at least 2 to 3 weeks. A daily low mood is not depression. When we diagnose ourselves like this, saying, I am depressed, this time we feel even worse under the wind of it. There is also the following situation. If you have a psychological disorder, there are certain principles. The distress you are experiencing. 1, it will negatively affect your life. 2, it will put your relationships in serious trouble. You will either break away from your friends, your family, your environment because of this problem, or you will have serious problems with them. Or work life is another thing. If you have a problem in your work life, you may show failures. Your performance may decrease. Or the same goes for school life. If you are experiencing these things, yes, we can say that a psychological problem is either at the beginning stage or ongoing. A friend of mine came to me and said, I thought I had panic attacks until today, but last night I found out that I had manic attacks. Of course, I was very surprised. I mean, panic attacks and manic attacks are very different things. What is it? How did you know? I read it on the internet. I am definitely a manic attack. The thing is, there is so much information on the internet. There are so many things that are true, false, completely false, sometimes deliberately false, that people often read on the internet and say, I have this substance, okay, I have this. So it is useful not to trust every information we find. Every information we find may not be 100% accurate. I can even say this here. Half of the information you find and read on the internet is almost not true. Despite all this, if you still think that you have a psychological disorder, I don't think it makes sense to look for the solution on the internet. And if you're getting feedback from people around you, you should see a psychologist. You should see a psychiatrist. It is very important to get help from an expert in real life without delay. As I said, there may be people on the internet who say that they will help you with this, but it is important not to trust them too much. You can break things while trying to fix them. If you like our video, you can click the like button below the video and show your appreciation. You can also subscribe to Depths of Life YouTube channel to be informed about our videos. I would also like to say that if you have questions about this subject, if you write as a comment under the video, I can try to answer as much as I have time.